Hello, everyone. I'm a little. I mean, actually, at this point, I kind of don't have a schedule anymore. I was gonna say I'm late, but wow. So Whitney's boyfriend slash husband messaged me and was like, "Your status says you're fucking live, but you're not live." Uh, fucking, and now he's not even in here. Soy boy cuck. Who's here today? We got Sting, Ghost of Tony Fama. Hi, Fama! La Senorita. Hey, Spencer, it's Squeak. Brandeezy Forsheezy, how you doing? Did you catch my live with your mom last week? I haven't. I'm such a bad daughter. I haven't, like, really watched a lot of the Learn chat log this year. Probably because, next weekend I'm reading the entire thing in its entirety, so, you know, I'm going to, like, actively fucking die. Rocket Fuel Foreskin, Evil Little McNuggets, hello. Hippo's Tail, bonjour! Evil Little McNuggets. I'm such a bad fucking friend. I missed your fucking stream with mom last night too. God damn it, I'm awful. That damn doctor. Caught COVID for the first time and it fucked me read up for over a week. Oh, I hope you're okay, Fama. Let's see. If I send you a frog video, can I become a mod, post on your channel, and stream with you? I need a distraction for my IBS! Oh, me IBS! Oh, I didn't know. Me diagnosis. Oh. Holy shit. Hello, Mop. So, I don't know what got my brainworms going, but I've been really into the. If y'all don't know, I'm gonna read the Wikipedia page for it because I do lots of good research. So, let's put this up for now. The Todt family murders. Actually, you know what? I could probably just show the fucking Wikipedia page. What? Oh, fuck. Hold on. This is all fucky. Probably from, like, Jesse Bingo or something. There we go. So, for some reason, it's all that Jesse turned your brain into mush. Yeah. So, for some reason, like, Family Annihilator, true crime cases, I always get really hyper-fixated on. I don't know why. I was, like, that way for Chris Watts. I finally got out of my Chris Watts, like, hyperfixation. And I don't mean hyperfixation in the way of, like, oh, he's a serial killer, he's so hot. No. I mean, like, I'm gonna sit there and watch, like, all the fucking footage I can find. It's kind of become hyperfixation on the Todt family murders now. And I think y'all will see why today, because this is gonna be I'm gonna do a little bit of a longer stream. So, for a little background for y'all who don't know, the Todt family murders was a multiple homicide case that occurred in December 2019 in Disney's planned community of Celebration, Florida. Anthony Todt, age 44, confessed to the murders of his wife, 42-year-old Megan Todt, and their 3 children, Alec, Tyler, and Zoe, 13, 11, and 4, respectively. All the people fawning over Dahmer in the new show. It's fucking weird. Also, like, yeah, Bob. So, I used to be on Tumblr in its heyday, and I go on there occasionally just for, I don't know, looking at artwork and shit. And there was a big community in its heyday about, like, wanting to fuck serial killers. Like, the ones that were prevalent that I remember back then was people were really, like, teen girls really wanted to fuck the Columbine shooters. And I'm like, why? Yeah, Nuggets! Nuggets knows. Nuggets knows. I'm sure it's not just on Tumblr. I'm sure it's everywhere, but I remember specifically seeing it on Tumblr. Anthony was a physical therapist who as time goes on in this case, I actually wonder if he was a physical therapist. It sounds more like he was a chiropractor, but Anthony was a physical therapist who had been recently served a federal warrant for healthcare fraud charges stemming from his physical therapy business. Authorities coming to issue the warrant found the man living in his house with the badly decomposed bodies of his entire family, as well as domestic pet. So for some reason, not only did he kill, like, his whole family, he decided to kill the dog, too. And listen, I'm not saying that the dog is more important than the children or the wife. I'm just like, why? Like, the dog didn't do anything. Dogs can't, like, fight back against people. Like, why would you just kill the dog, too? No, Farmer. This was the one that took place in Celebration, Florida. In 2022, Anthony Todt was convicted of the murders and sentenced to life imprisonment. An additional year was added for killing of the pet dog, deemed an act of animal cruelty. So that's just a little bit of a background. Let's watch his, No, we're not gonna watch this yet. Let's watch the, body cam footage. Hello, Mark's the new, more like Nark's the baby. We're gonna watch body cam footage from the trial. Also, this was the only way I could find both the body cam footage and the interrogation. Come on. Here we go. Hey, Ernie. Oh god, artifacting. Why is the artifacting in this so gross?
Recording.
So, initially, the cops came to the house, like, 3 times and didn't do anything. Like, they were just like, oh, nobody's here. So, like, I guess we'll just leave and it's fine. But it took the FBI, like, getting involved for them to actually, like, fucking do something. Like, the FBI saw him leaving the house, and that's why they actually decided to do something. Police department, down! Get down! Yo, the artifacting is gonna drive me fucking nuts. So, as you can see, over here, like, they're like, Todt, you better fucking come out. Like, we know you're in there. Oh shit, he's running! Alright, they got in. Why is he getting Facebook messages?
Tony, you upstairs? Hey, come downstairs, bud. Alright? Okay, take your time.
So keep in mind, nobody's heard from, like, this whole family in, like, 2 weeks.
Help? Everything's alright, man. Just stay calm.
It's in Celebration, Florida, Mop. So that's like the like the fake town that's like right outside of Disney World. Quote unquote fake.
Ready?
So I guess they're waiting for Tony to come downstairs.
We're gonna check this. Go to the kitchen. Or whatever it is.
Hello, Page Master. think of Anthony Todt like Chris Watts. He's a family annihilator. But unlike Chris Watts, we actually have Anthony Todt like testifying on the stand. And it's bizarre.
Children here? I can't remember if they went to a sick last night. Keep coming down.
Wasn't it for the Imagineers at some point? I don't remember. I know they made it after Disney died. It's super fucking future dystopian. Yeah! Tony, why is it taking you so long to come downstairs? I don't think they show the dead bodies. I hope they don't. I've been watching the trial footage and I don't think they show the dead bodies, so. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Sit in your ass in your chair. But to sum up what they do find of the dead bodies, the bodies had been decomposing for like 2 weeks. This dude has been sitting here living with the dead bodies for 2 fucking weeks. I don't know why. He claims that he was going to try to kill himself, but like there wasn't enough. Like he tried to overdose on Benadryl, but there wasn't enough Benadryl in his system. Yeah, I bet it smelled so bad. Yeah, 4 fucking dead bodies. Jesus Christ.
Where's your wife's at?
Cop should have brought an 18 pack.
What's up? Oh, you good?
Fuck.
You got any weapons on you?
Hold on, I dropped my medicine.
Any needles? Knives, something like that?
Hey, Ben
What's
Cartwright.
your wife's name? Megan. Has anyone hurt herself?
Oh, is that him right there?
Megan's in there either. Megan. Alright, come on down, buddy.
Yeah, it's him right there.
Alright?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Here we go.
Take control. Yep. Alright, just sit. Have a seat.
Why is he doing that? Did you see him? He was like hanging on the banister. The fuck?
Have a seat.
He's a weirdo.
Megan. Face forward for me, alright? Put your hands forward too, alright?
Megan?
She's dead, guys. I'm sorry.
Megan?
What's that?
What the fuck? He is like lost his fucking mind in this. It's weird.
Stay still on it. Okay.
So now they're looking for everybody. Nuggets, weirdly enough, he didn't. He didn't have a mistress. Like, okay, so the FBI was investigating him for medical fraud or for insurance fraud because he was charging his clients insurance for services they didn't get. But that was really it. I think he was only facing like 2 years in federal prison, which, I mean, that's still prison time, but like he didn't have a mistress. It's not like that. They had debt, but it wasn't anything astronomical, if I remember correctly. He got sentenced in 2022. I think he killed them in 2019, I believe. The only thing I can think of, hi, Honest, the only thing I can think of is when he was a kid, so when he was a kid, his dad hired a hitman to kill his mom, and he saw it. Like, the mom didn't die, but he saw the hitman, like, try to kill his mom. So, like, I guess maybe he thought, because of that, like, he thought this is how you handle problems, but, like, dude, you're, like, 44.
124 Sierra 11. You can be 51 over here. I believe we got 2 signal 7. You want me to get a chair for you to sit down in?
Yo, why is he so out of breath? He just went up the stairs.
What's that? Hey, can you run out there and grab some gloves?
Uh-oh.
We still can't find a daughter.
What?
Where's Zoe?
I haven't seen her. She went with you.
Yeah, honest, his mom was super injured from that failed hitman attempt. I know she had... I know she lost one of her eyes because she was shot in the face.
Oh, no, I didn't see her. I was sleeping. She was in here. I didn't see anything. She go back to... Check the garage.
Again, I don't think they show... Oh, and there's his fat fucking head. I don't think they show anymore. They don't, but at this point, they found the bodies, is what it sounds like. So, y'all ready to watch the confession? Okay, let me ask first. Do y'all want to see the testimony or the confession? Because the confession's like... How long is the confession? Confession's like an hour long. And the testimony is about an hour long too, so... Yo, look at him in the fucking... He's very weird shaped. Okay, we'll watch the confession. I will say, the testimony is very worth watching, so, like, if I have time, I will also play the fucking testimony, because it is jarring seeing how he talks to the jury and the prosecutor. So let's start with the confession.
Is 20I004299. Hold on, let me turn this stupid thing off real quick.
His business is doing so well, then he committed fraud and decided his family had to die, because that somehow makes sense. Yeah, honest, it's fucking weird. Like I said, the only thing I can think of is maybe he thought, like, oh, because this is how my dad handled problems, I'm gonna do the same thing. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna turn subtitles on. They're auto-generated, so they might not be right. But since this is like a filming of a recording playing in the courtroom, just in case, we'll have these. Music.
Maybe. I can figure this damn thing out, right? There we go. Okay. Just to let you know, I'm recording this. Just like the conversations we had the other day.
Hey, Sprinkle Cake, how is the audio on this? This sounds a little loud.
Oh,
no, it's fine. Okay.
What I want to do is, this is what I read you the other day. I want to have you I'm going to read it to you again before I speak to you, obviously. So Miranda rights. I'm required to inform you that you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand? Can you speak up a little bit? Yes. Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand? Yes. If you're not entitled to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning, you are entitled to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning. You understand? Yes. Okay. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one will be provided.
Yeah, just run away and fake your death. You don't gotta do that. And to add insult to injury, again, not like the dog mattered more than the people, but like he killed the dog. The dog, like, was completely defenseless.
And during questioning without charge. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. I know verbally you said yes. If I could be so kind, or if you could be so kind, could I get you can read these? Okay.
This is an alpha sitting position right here.
You can read them verbatim, whatever you want. I know you said yes. Each one will. You got it? Oh, you can't get that? Sure. Yeah. There we go. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because this is just them like doing Miranda rights. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, and then we're speaking about our investigation, case number 29-004-299. What I'll have you do, obviously, you're in a set of handcuffs right now in the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. If I could ask you, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear that everything...
I'm sorry, just to him raising his little sausage hand. Listen, I also have a sausage hand, so it's fine.
Everything that we're speaking about today is going to be the truth and nothing but the truth, the best of your knowledge, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's a very tragic event, very unfortunate event. Earlier this week, we were called to your home. Obviously, I'm just doing this. All three of us have already spoken. I don't know what they treated you for. I don't know if it was something to do with...
Yeah, exactly. There was no risk of the dog ever ousting him for what he did. So it was just senseless. Like, for some reason, he just decided, let me kill the dog, too. Look at him. He's a fucking... He's just such a snake. And snakes are good. You know what? No, he's not a snake. Snakes are good. What's an animal that, like, he's a leech. How about that? Everybody hates leech. Or he's a tick. He's a tick. How about that?
Some liver, kidneys, or something like that, enzymes or something.
A wasp!
Benadryl overdose.
Benadryl? Okay. How do you feel right now?
Regarding health-wise,
Yeah, I mean,
I feel very sad and very upset that I'm still here and
yeah. Is there somewhere else you'd rather be?
with my family on the other side.
With my okay.
On the other side? Okay. And you do know your wife and
You know you could have been with your family by not killing them, right? Sir? Sorry.
children are deceased.
Yes, and that's where I want to be with them.
That's where you want to be. Okay. All right. Well, some progress has been made since we last spoke. Okay. I had the unfortunate event of attending their autopsies yesterday. Okay. And we'll get to the kind of the
I'm gonna hide the donation link so y'all can see the subtitles.
the details on that. There are some questions that I have based upon what I've witnessed yesterday and then what we've last spoken about. So just to clear my mind and go through everything, I'd like you to just start from the beginning, if we can. How we led up to where we're at right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. For a while, my wife had started. She began watching these videos, talking about the afterlife, talking about salvation, talking about how families go.
Slow down a little bit right now. I'm just having a hard time keeping up with you too.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let's speak up.
And in watching these videos and watching everything going on, she presented them to me, and I started watching them with kind of a uneasy, whatever. And the more and more we watched, the more and more I gained an understanding that there is more than this life here, a higher.
Sir, you were raised Roman Catholic. Like, you're already gonna believe that shit.
Level of consciousness. And then we started researching, and then we started finding more about the world is coming to the end, the apocalyptic end, and that our families are going to be separated and enslaved, and to better avoid this, to all go together. Okay?
You mean die together?
Die together, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay? So, because my wife's been chronically ill for a while, this really appealed to her, and because it appealed to me also, because she wouldn't be in any pain, the family wouldn't be separated, there would be no more sorrow, no more heartbreaking, no more anything, it would be a salvation and everlasting life. Okay? So we kept doing our research, reading up things, meditating, and decided that, yeah, this should be a thing. This should be what we should do. Okay? We had sat down and talked
She can't even defend herself. She's dead, Tony.
with the boys, and Zoe, just on different things about, death and the way what would happen if mommy died, how would you feel, what happened if daddy died, what would you feel? And the consistent responses was that we don't want you to die, we want to die with you.
He's really sitting here claiming that a 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 4-year-old said, "We want to die with you." That's not what, like, a kid is gonna say. A kid's gonna say, "I don't want to die." A 4-year-old isn't gonna know what the fuck death is.
Okay.
So when did you guys start talking to the children about this?
What month are we in?
We're in January now.
No, it was before Thanksgiving.
Okay. And your wife first showed you these videos when?
She started watching them, or she first started showing them to me in April.
April. Okay. And what was she using to watch these?
Her Microsoft Surface laptop.
And that's the one in the blue case?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a flip, yes.
All right. Okay. Go on. So you talked to the children.
Talk to the children, just to get a general understanding what they want to do on that. And they didn't want to live without us. Okay? We didn't put
He does look like a baby right now. Like, he's sitting like a baby. He's got, like, weird little footies on. Like, he's just kind of looks like a baby.
I say we're going to die and, leave you behind. But, what would you do if mommy and daddy died? And we don't want to live without you. We don't want to live without you. In conversation with my wife, we didn't want to live without them either. We wanted to bring a whole family together and make the transverse together. Okay? So we were coming up with different things of how we could do this. We didn't know how we could do this because we're not violent people. Okay? Not violent people at all. First we said, what if we...
Yeah, exactly.
Eating different things. There's something came on TV about cough medicine.
Again, like I said, I don't think a 13-year-old maybe would... A 13-year-old would definitely have an understanding of death. I think an 11-year-old would too. But I don't think a 13-year-old or an 11-year-old would be like, "We want to die with you." A 4-year-old certainly most likely would not understand death.
Okay, so could they have some cough medicine that I put them to sleep, like overdose of cough medicine, just put them to sleep. And nice peaceful death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So my wife made a pudding pie, jello pie, froze it, nothing happened.
What was in the pie?
What was in the pie? Sleep, ease, these different things with drama, hydro, this stuff to put you to sleep.
You said you have a medical background, is that correct?
I have a medical but not a chemical background.
Not a chemical, okay.
Yeah, I'm a physical therapist.
Okay. So you don't have all the like, terminology and...
No.
Does your wife?
She's a physical therapist, no.
Okay.
We look it up and...
Where did you guys look this? I was just fixing to ask, where did you guys do the research at?
We went up and down honestly up and down the aisles of the Publix and asked the drug guy, I can't think of it. Pharmacist, thank you. What's something good that puts you to sleep, trouble falling asleep?
When did you guys start doing this research?
I started research before Halloween, but I just intermittently trying to figure out what was going on,
Okay.
When we found out that the best drug to use was a drug.
So, fun fact, he's sitting here trying to say that, like, the pudding pie, like, later on in his testimony, I think he tries to say that the pudding pie is what got the kids, like drowsy enough to kill them. But Benadryl doesn't work at extreme temperatures. So, like, in order to make a pudding pie, you have to bake it, right? So that's one extreme temperature. And then he said it was frozen, so that's another extreme temperature. He's stupid.
It's the stuff in Benadryl. It's the safest way to put away. The safest way to put in. So it didn't work. So we kept thinking, talking, and just researching different things. And finally, we started researching. We said, we're just going to have to do some sort of exsanguination. Okay? Bleed to death. Okay? That's how they used to do it way in the back, but they used to do sacrificial. things.
You take a plea to death?
Bleed to death.
Oh, bleed to death, sorry. Okay.
That's okay. Okay. And so we started researching.
He's really sitting here talking about sacrificial shit like it's some kind of pagan only thing when, like, back in the Old Testament they would sacrifice animals and shit all the time. Okay.
Where would be the easiest to stab to do when so the kids could bleed to death, maybe in combination with the sleep drug.
Okay.
Okay? And that's how everything led up to be.
Okay. So that's through research. You guys have found, now you're saying you and your wife did this together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in doing all the research and everything, how did we get to Monday morning? Take me back to the holidays. When do you think the children died? That type of stuff.
I'm still trying to remember when the children died. I can't put those pieces together.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
We wanted the kids to stick around for the Christmas holiday concert because we didn't want to disappoint that.
Did you guys celebrate Christmas Day?
No, the kids were there before Christmas.
Because family is saying that that they spoke with Megan the day after Christmas. Was Megan alive?
Timeline's a little weird.
No, she died right the day after the boys did.
Right. I remember you saying that the other day. That's why I've made contact now with your family and with Megan's family. And so Megan's family is 99% sure that looking back through cell phone records and stuff that they spoke with her, not text message. They spoke with her the day after Christmas.
No.
And she said the children were sick.
No.
Okay, so you're adamant that they died before Christmas?
Yes.
Okay. The children, you said, died 24 hours or so a day prior to Megan?
Correct.
Okay, so let's go to the day of their death. How did this go down?
Woke up at 11:30 at night. We set the alarm for 11:30 at night. And got up out of bed. And it was to do Zoe first.
Okay.
Meg walked me to the room, and she walked back into her room.
Step by step. So you guys are sleeping in the master room, I'm assuming?
Yes, but okay. And the dog.
And the puppy, okay.
Why the dog?
Which boy was upstairs?
Zoe was upstairs in her room.
Okay.
Alex was upstairs in his room. Tyler was asleep downstairs in the library room.
And why again was he down there?
The two of them were sick, so we kept them apart.
Okay. All right. So, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So we walked to the door, Zoe's door. Meg and I hugged and kissed, and pretty much we know what you need to do. Come back at me when we're done. So I went into Zoe's room, and it took me 2 or 3 hours sitting there because it's a tough. But the everlasting salvation and the thought of that everlasting salvation was there, and I needed to save her soul. We wanted her to be with us. Megan kept coming in. What's going on? I'm like, it'll be done in a little bit. It'll be done in a little bit. It's getting past that. I'm not you know. The initial thought was to stab into the umbilicus above the navel, so I could get the inferior vena cava or the abdominal aorta, and it'd be.
So you can't pronounce the chemical name, but you're like, I know he said he's a physical therapist, but he's sitting here like talking about the umbilicus and the vena avocado or whatever it was called.
Bleed out within no time whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I know I tried. I don't know if I ever punctured it. I don't know if I did or not. I saw a little mark on her, but I don't know if I saw anything. But then she rolled and started swiveling, and I put my hand over her mouth, and I put a pillow over top of her. So she went, and then she started to fade away. And I just held that until there was no motion left.
So you didn't lay on her?
I did lay on her when she lay on her belly. I'm sorry. I laid on her to keep her down, and I put the pillow on her.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That's so fucking sad. Being 4 years old and getting fucking crushed by your dad.
Do you
Fuck
think you stabbed her or
you.
no?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
Okay. So how long would you say it took you to take her life?
The whole motion?
Yeah.
Like from the minute I was sitting in there, or from?
Well, I'm saying once you initially take action, okay, did you have a knife with you?
Yes.
Which knife did you have with you?
The small knife.
Which is what color?
Green.
Okay, that's the green buck knife that you talked
Green
about?
buck knife, yes.
Okay, all right. So you had that in her bed.
Mm-hmm.
So how long from the time that you had the knife out to the suffocation until you think that she was deceased?
I want to say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right on there. It seemed like that night took forever, so it's hard to really gauge on the time.
Okay, and you said you used a pillow over her head?
Yes.
Was she face up or face down?
She kept moving.
Did he get any kind of therapy after what happened to him with his parents? I don't think so. He, like, pretended everything was okay. Hey, sad face, we're watching The Confession of Anthony Todt, and we're gonna watch his time on the stand, too, after this. Let's see, we've got...
I think she was on her back with her...
about an hour
head towards
footage.
The wall, so in that way.
So for 10 minutes to 15 minutes, you held a pillow over your daughter's head?
Mm-hmm.
How long did she kick and scream?
Hey, girl,
Only
it's
for a
fun.
couple minutes.
He has the body language of Jim Roush. Holy shit, he really does. Holy shit. Hi, Jinx! Look at him. He does have the body language of Jim Roush. So for people who just came in, this dude killed his whole family because he's a piece of shit.
A couple minutes?
Mm-hmm.
So like 2 minutes?
I had no timer, but yes.
I'm just saying, guys, minutes looking back.
And I just held it there because
That's a long time.
Yes, it is.
Did the other children hear her?
No.
Did your wife hear her?
My wife kept going up. I felt her in the opening the door to see what was going on and shutting the door and walking back.
Okay.
Because you could see the light coming in.
Okay. So you think the sun was coming up, or was it just the light from
It was light from the hallway.
a light bulb? Okay. So now, Zoe.
Yeah. Wait a second, Anthony. You said that they were drugged, but Zoe was kicking and screaming for a couple minutes. Also, suffocating somebody and choking somebody, they're very personal crimes. So, like, you have to sit and watch them die. How fucking deranged is this?
Is deceased. And what happens next?
Walk out. Stood with Megan in the room for a little while.
How was the body?
How do you mean?
How was the positioning? Where was the pillow?
There was a pillow behind her head, and her hands were out to the side, and I made sure the covers were on top of her, just in essence to keep her warm.
Did she have anything in her hands?
No, I had put a rosary in her hands later on when I moved.
When you moved the bodies?
When I moved the bodies, yes.
Okay, we'll get to that. And that was post-rigor?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, we're getting a little bit ahead of us.
No, that's okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry. Okay. So Zoe's gone. You and Megan console each other, whatever you guys have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens?
We go into Alex's room.
Alex room?
Yes. The one next to the bathroom, the one upstairs.
One upstairs. Okay.
Yeah. And beforehand, we had talked about the aspect of she's got to hold his feet down
Jesus Christ.
and I'll do the stab.
How old's Alec?
13.
Okay, so he's the oldest.
So this isn't true because, Alec, the 13-year-old, had his DNA under his fingernails, and there was, like, defensive wounds on him. So it's very clear that Alec fought back.
Okay. Okay, so what happens?
We walk in. He's on his back. She's just sitting there holding his feet together. We're just in there, just eyeing each other, just gaining the confidence, I guess, you know. And I go to, I stabbed him, and he started kicking, was trying to get up, and he kept rolling. So I ended up putting there was a pillow there, and I put a pillow in the back of his head so he wouldn't hit me with the back of his head. And I reached around with my hand and held his nose in his mouth. And he kept rolling and kicking and rolling and kicking, and then it eventually stopped.
Where was Megan at?
Megan left midway through it.
From what family said, Megan was, like, waiting her whole fucking life to be a parent, to be a mom. So there's no fucking way she would sit and, like, coldly kill her children.
How long would you say it took to kill Alec?
That one I have no idea. It went quickly, but I don't know.
Okay. And there was blood and everything in his bed?
On his bed, yes.
Where did you stab him?
In the stomach, the same spot that we identified as, you know, where you could get the inferior vena cava.
And what area did you call that?
Inferior vena cava?
No. You called it earlier.
Abdomen?
It's overall the abdomen. I think you used another term earlier. It was the one that you specifically spoke about the navel and
Umbilicus.
umbilicus.
Yeah, and the umbilicus.
Okay. Is that something that you researched in there, or you knew that from your profession?
Research and learn ahead of time.
Okay.
Especially on a website called Quora.com.
Oh god, I forgot about this part. I had to sit and, like, take a second because he's like, I went on Quora.com to look up how to stab my family. Like they sit and have a discussion about Quora.
Quora.com.
Quora.com.
Yes.
And what is Quora? If I go research this, what is it going to show me?
Quora.com, you can ask anything you want, and there's people feedback. We happen to find it just by looking up knife techniques. And you ask it anything, and they'll show you, and they'll tell you and explain to you the best way to do things and where to do things, suggestions how to commit suicide.
I was going to ask, is it like a suicide website, or is it
It's an everything website.
so I can go in there and say, how do I change the oil on my...
That I don't know. That
Is
is
it like medically based, or...
It's not medically based. It's a lot of topics that people talk about, but don't, I guess, talk about on the internet. I just used it for suicide.
I went to ask Jeeves for murder advice. Was Clippy an accomplice? Yeah, no, he's saying he went to Quora for, like, suicide research and shit. And I'm like, I don't think you can talk. I don't know. I don't really use Quora, but I just think it's funny that he's talking about using Quora.
Techniques, and also to get ideas how to do it with the knife.
When were you doing your research on Quora.com?
Korea.com. Okay, subtitles.
Halloween.
Before Halloween?
Yeah.
Where did you learn of I know you may have said this. Where did you learn of Quora.com?
I happen to be just researching knife techniques. And it comes up, and a couple of the questions came up as, how do I kill myself with a knife? So I clicked on that, and there was Quora.com. So I clicked on Quora.com. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yes, I know the internet is very crazy. I've never seen some stuff on it. But when you typed in, when you were talking about knife techniques, like was it how to cut up some steak, or is it how to...
Offensive techniques, defensive knife technique.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you've done your research on that going back pre-Halloween.
Yeah.
Did you have to create any type of accounts or anything like that?
You go in, you ask questions. The suicide ones, when I was asked about suicide, once you clicked in 2 or 3 times, like the links, it asks you to verify your age through Google.
Okay.
So you can click out and just do 3 more times without.
So you don't have to have like a login or a sign-in name or create an account?
You can create an account, but you don't have to.
You don't have to. Do you remember which device you were using when you were researching Quora.com?
My iPhone.
Which, there's a couple different phones that are referenced in this fucking story, but at one point, he left his phone in a Starbucks like 2 hours away for some reason.
I don't know what the phone number for that is. I want to say it's 0742 or something like that.
0742? You mean the passcode?
No, there's a phone number to it.
For the iPhone?
Yeah.
What was the passcode for that one again?
5108.
5108?
Correct.
Just for your iPhone, which is what...
Yes, Jinx! Me scrolling around on the long crime network, I realized, oh shit, this is a case, like, this case is really interesting. And then I find out he's a family annihilator, and for some reason, family annihilator cases are very, intriguing to me.
You did the research for Quora.com.
And also my black Surface app.
Surface? Tablet?
Yep.
When did you do this research on the tablet?
Intermittently between.
Is there a login, or is there a sign-in, or, a passcode for your tablet?
Passcode for my tablet is 75, it's a faced one, but I'm pretty sure it's 7577, capital G, lowercase ULA.
.com? No, just capital, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, getting back to taking the life of Alec, and is it A-L-E-K?
Yeah.
Okay. Alec, who is 13.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that you were solely responsible for his life loss, his murder.
That's correct.
Okay. Your wife, at this point, was where?
She had gone back to the room.
Okay. Had you given the children any medications prior to this night? I know you talked about the pie or whatever that your wife had made.
Yeah, Jinx, it's... His story here and the story on the stand both paint very, very, Swiss cheesy, scenarios here.
Up until this point, were the children routinely given any type of medications?
We give them some supplements here and there,
Okay.
but...
All right. So the night in question, they weren't under the influence of anything. They were just normal.
They had
What'd you call it, a pie or something like that?
pie. Yeah. But then that didn't work that night. I don't remember if we gave him anything, because those are 2 separate nights. We tried the pie one night.
You tried it before.
Oh, excuse me. Which on the stand, he says, I'm pretty sure he says on the stand, oh no, the pie, I saw the pie there, and my family was dead. It disaster.
But I don't remember if we tried anything in that next night or not.
DNA, this is not a TCAP guy. This is, think, Chris Watts, because this guy, killed his whole family, and then he proceeded to live with their dead bodies for, 2 weeks. All because he was gonna go to federal prison for 2 years for insurance fraud. So he decided to kill his whole family like a fucking asshole.
So you didn't try to sedate them or anything like that prior to killing them?
They were asleep. probably wouldn't. Yeah, we must have given him the cough medicine again. I'm sorry, we must have given him the cough medicine again.
I'm just thinking if you're trying to
No,
do something like that, and you've done a lot of preparation. I mean, you started to prepare this.
The guy started bleeding quite a bit, but then being strong, he kept moving. So then again, I had to I put a pillow on top in my hand, and he went really quick.
So a lot of blood.
I didn't see much blood because I had it covered up, like how much blood coming out. I could feel the blood coming out because it was all over my hand, but it was bloody.
And I'm sorry I didn't ask him.
Please.
With the boys, which knife did you use?
It was all the green knife for the kids, and
The buck.
they were both buck knives, but the green knife was the kids, and the one Megan used to stab herself with.
She also used the green one.
Yes,
Okay.
because we established the fact that I had to get a bigger knife myself because my body mass is bigger.
Did he? I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but did he really just say, I had to get a bigger knife because I'm fat? Jesus Christ. Family annihilators make absolutely no sense to me. They do it for the dumbest reasons. Not like there's ever a good reason. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's always like dudes who have like the perfect life. Like Chris Watts, for example. And listen, I know that like they were about to file bankruptcy and because Shanann was in an MLM. I know that's not perfect, but like I think most men nowadays, like who want a family, like they would have killed to have like a family like that. This dude had a fucking house outside of Celebration, like inside of Celebration, Florida. Like he had multiple properties, and he decided killing his family was better than suffering the embarrassment of going to prison for 2 years. Like, dude.
Get the same thing.
Okay. So Tyler, in which room downstairs was Tyler in?
Tyler was in the library room downstairs.
Library room. So if I walk in the house,
Yeah, they do it to cheat in peace, just get a divorce. They do it because they've been stealing or something. Dog, just go to jail or stop stealing. They do it because they don't want to pay. Yeah, I feel like if he had stopped stealing before the investigation started, I feel like he probably would have gotten away with it. And none of this would happen. But he lived out of his means and like wanted to live this luxurious lifestyle instead of just talking to his wife and his kids and saying, hey, we have to live a little bit more in our means. I don't...
Where at? You got to walk in the house. The first room on the left is the music room. The second room on the left is the library room with the double French door things.
okay, and that's the room. Was he on a mattress? Was
He
he?
was on the mattress, and the mattress, my wife is very adamant about mattress covers. So he was on top of the mattress cover and all his blankets and everything.
Okay. Did that mattress stay downstairs?
That mattress stayed downstairs. The cover and everything else was brought up when I brought him up to the room.
So obviously there should be, if he bled out, there should be signs of that on the mattress.
The mattress was clean because of the cover,
What do you mean by cover?
by the mattress cover.
Okay, which is cloth.
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't allow fluid or anything to go through.
Okay. All right.
When I moved him, I was able under the cover.
So that's sometime later.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So Tyler is killed.
Not only did he get, like, I think he got, like, 4 life sentences, he got an extra year because he killed the dog, too. Like, he could have just taken the 2 years. That's it.
Who's in the room when he's killed?
It's just me and Tyler. Megan is outside in the door.
What is she saying during any of this?
She's doing meditations.
Was she drinking or consuming anything that would maybe
Not at that point, no.
bring her down? Because it's just a lot for a parent to go through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot for a human being to go through, let alone a parent. Okay.
But we had salvation in mind. We had to grade it, and that's in all
I got you.
honesty. We love our kids, and it's sad.
No, I got you. I understand. Okay. So now all the children are gone. How long until the sun comes up?
I don't know. It might be about 5 o'clock in the morning. Around that time.
Was the sun coming up like part of
So he's giving a time here. He's giving a time here. And then when he's on the stand, you'll see he does not. He starts getting like indignant, and he's a fucking asshole.
rude or anything like that? Because you mentioned it a couple times that Megan told you that you have to do this before the sun comes up. Is there a reasoning behind that?
I don't know. I don't know why the reasoning was behind that, but it had to be done before the sun came up. Yes.
Okay. So it's nothing during your research or investigations or anything like that that has.
Nothing per mine. I don't know what was on her side, research or whatnot.
Okay.
I was just told this needed to be done before the sun came up.
Okay. All right. So they're all deceased. What do you guys do?
Go up to the bedroom. Just started talking. How do we want to, the kids are dead. What do we want to do now? What's going on? What's our next step? What are we going to do?
You mean this wasn't planned?
It was planned, but it was like, just the dog. Did she want to go first? And he just said, because there was some discussion.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no remorse, no. Like, it's just matter of fact the way he's talking. He's. Wait till you see his testimony. It's the most baffling testimony I've ever seen. Man, I really don't feel like doing 2 years in prison. I should do something to assure I never get out of prison instead. Like, yeah, it's... Again, I think because he saw his dad try to kill his mom, like, he thought that's how you solve your problems. It's not how that works.
Me going first and her staying last, her going first.
Even if that's what he thought, he's a grown-ass man. He can sit and say, hey, maybe I shouldn't kill my whole family.
She wasn't sure which one she wanted to do. So we decided that the dog, we wanted the dog with us. So she held the backside of the dog down, and put the, I call them Mexican blankets. They're like these
Mexican blankets? What the fuck are you talking about?
blankets around, and I was able to hold the.
Hold on, can I look this up?
Her snout and her nose closed, and she went peacefully. Picked her up, put her in her bed, and then Meg was like, I want to go next, I want to be done, and then went.
So you just suffocated the dog?
A serape? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Anthony, is called a serape. Serape. Sir.
So if there was any type of marks or anything like that on the dog, you wouldn't know anything about it? Okay.
What kind of marks were on the dog? I just suffocated the dog.
You didn't stab the dog?
I didn't stab the dog.
Was there a stab wound on the dog?
That's interesting because I didn't stab the dog.
So he's claiming he didn't stab the dog, but they're like, sir, there's stab wounds on the dog, my dude.
Well, there's a stab wound on the dog.
Okay.
I'm gonna
The dog was collected as well. So.
I'm gonna order me some lunch, so I'm gonna be quiet for a minute.
It's neither here nor there. I'm just telling you. Okay. Alright, so you killed the dog. And then you say you put it in its bed or something like that. Where did you place it in
The bed, we wrapped it in the blanket, but not put it underneath the bedside table in her bed.
Her. Okay. What was her name?
Breezy.
Breezy. Okay. Did you meet? I'm sorry. Where did you kill the dog at?
It was on the foot of the bed on Megan's side.
In the master room.
That's correct.
Okay. And that was the final resting spot was in the master bedroom, correct?
Correct.
All right. So the dog's dead.
Hmm?
Now what happens?
Meg wanted to go.
Okay.
So we have decided, and I said, what do you want me to get? Your wine? What do you want to help calm this down? So it won't hurt as much.
Jesus Christ, why does hold on, I'm sorry to distract from this. Why does McDonald's have a $5.49 delivery fee right now? The fuck? Sorry.
We had some spray stuff, and so she could use that instead. So she wanted some wine and some it's purple, Tylenol PM. And she started taking that a little bit. Gave her the knife, and I laid next to her, and she put the knife into her stomach. Okay. And I said, did you get the spot? It's right here. She said, yeah, I feel it. Okay. I'm laying there for 45 minutes. It's supposed to take about 10 minutes, whatever Ray says, if you hit the spot.
And what is in that spot? What are you talking about?
The inferior vena cava.
Okay.
On the umbilicus. You're supposed to be able to bleed out. They say in 1 to 4 minutes, but under 10 minutes.
And what are you specifically targeting within that area?
The inferior vena cava.
Okay.
Subway is really over here with a $20 delivery fee? What the fuck? Sorry, I keep getting distracted by the shit on Uber Eats. Like, that's insanity.
It's a big blood return. Okay. It's a large vessel, and you bleed out in your abdomen. It's just quick.
All right.
Okay.
How much did she consume wine or I'm assuming is it grape flavored? You keep saying purple.
Yeah, the first one was grape flavored.
Yeah, if you first off, stabbing yourself in the stomach isn't an easy thing to do, I imagine. I'm sure she didn't just sit there and go, yeah, I feel it. I'm feeling it.
What do you mean first one?
She had a glass of wine with the stuff. Okay. We were laying there for about 45 minutes. After she stabbed herself, she says, I feel nothing happening. Nothing happening. I said, okay. This isn't good. What do you want to do? She said, do we have any Benadryl? I said, we have liquid Benadryl. She goes, let me have that. Let me try some of that. Maybe that'll put me to sleep or let me go sooner. So she was drinking liquid Benadryl. And I was checking back on her, give her some peace. Walked around, came back, walked around, came back. And at one point I thought she had passed from doing the Benadryl. Nope,
Isn't it really hard to overdose on Benadryl? Like, if you overdose on Benadryl, it doesn't kill you. It just fucks up your kidneys or your liver or something. Like, it doesn't kill you. I think I might be wrong, but it's not one of those things like if you were to overdose on, like, I don't know, like heroin or something. No, like Benadryl just, or like if you try to overdose on like ibuprofen, like it's just gonna fuck up your kidneys and your liver.
Still there, and she had sat up.
What makes you think she passed?
She was very quiet. There was no motion. I couldn't see her abdomen going up and down. This is from afar without even me going up to see her. Okay.
Was her eyes open?
Eyes were closed.
She communicating with you?
After when I came up, I was like, Meg, she said, I'm here. I said, okay. So I said, what do you want to do? You want to try more Benadryl? Do you want the knife back again? What do you want to do? And she goes, let me try some more Benadryl. And then if that, we'll do a second. What's that? Okay. Gave her a bunch more Benadryl. Like I said, let that settle in for a while. Settle in.
When you say a bunch more, you got an approximate amount?
I really don't. I know she was... she was
a bottle?
Yes. I don't know, there was a big bottle.
Okay.
Like a family-sized Benadryl thing.
She killed the whole bottle?
In 2 different sippings, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And that wasn't happening, so she decided to go through her liver. Okay. I pulled up the thing, and the hepatic liver, we laid it out on where it was on her skin. And it was according landmarks. And it said it's right in this area. So, okay. And she, with 2 hands, pushed in. And you heard like a little click, as if it went through something. Okay, so it's like...
Yeah, the only thing that Benadryl is gonna kill is their histamines, really. Maybe I'll get some Dunkin' Donuts. Ooh, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, sounds like it went through the liver, that's good, okay. She pulled it out, she put the knife right next to her, and I just laid with her. And I laid there and held her, and we just waited. It seemed like hours went by, nothing else happening. I got up, I wanted to check on our boys and our little one, make sure everything was going okay in the house, everything was okay. Came back and she's sitting up at the edge of the bed. And she's cleaning the room, I'm like...
What was she cleaning it with?
There was one of my t-shirts. She had, I think she had a towel at one point.
Okay.
But she was definitely, but she was up, she was washing it, rinsing it at one point. And she's like, this has got to be done. It's taking too long. This is ridiculous. I'm like, shall we go on, look at different other aspects to do this? How do you want to do this? She goes, I want this ended now. I said, okay, what does that mean? She goes, I want you to take the pillowcase, put a pillow, and put it over my head. So,
I don't think she would have calmly said, I want this over now. Like, you stabbed yourself in the stomach. That shit hurts. Like, that's where, like, your intestines are. And that's, like... I'm trying to think what else is over there. Like, a lot of muscle and a lot of blood vessels. Like, she wouldn't just be like, I want to end this now. Like, she'd probably be crying and screaming and shit.
I don't know if I can do that. And she looked at me, she goes, if you love me, you can do this. I want to be with my babies.
She was with her babies, sir. That doesn't make any sense. I want to be with my babies. Sir, they were alive. She was alive with her babies.
So, yeah, you know, and she just looked at me and she goes, you're strong enough and you can do it. Okay. So I said, why don't you take some more Benadryl so at least you're not going to fight me.
Yeah, then don't kill them. It's that fucking easy. Just don't kill your family. How about that?
And I'll do it. So she took some more Benadryl. She took some more Benadryl. And maybe about 15 minutes later, I came back in the room. I said, you still want to do this? And she talked to me like that, very far out. Yeah, get it done.
How much Benadryl would you guys have?
I don't know.
Did you have to go get any more during this time?
During that time, no.
What other times did you have to?
After that was done, for me to commit suicide.
So you had already prepared, I mean, you had enough to take care of the children and yourself? Or Megan?
Megan and myself, for what we thought.
How many bottles do you approximately think you had?
We had 2 boxes of Sleepies, I know that, which is straight dimethyl, which is these little pills. We had 2 things of Tylenol PM, I remember that, which is a great purple one. And I think we had 2 bottles of Benadryl. The big bottles.
Family size?
Yes.
But getting through Megan, did she take it all?
She ended up taking a lot more than what we had thought would take it. So.
Hey, Bunny.
I know her numbers should be a lot higher results-wise, you know what I mean, like as far as toxicology and stuff.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay. Once she was cleaned up, you talked about wiping of the towel or something like that, did you see a substantial amount of blood or anything outside the body?
She kept the shirt on. I didn't look underneath.
Okay. Did you see anything on the bed?
Blue blood on the sheets, but then she changed. She wanted a different sheet. I remember that, so she put a different sheet down.
So the old one should still be back at the house?
It should be.
Okay. So she tells you that it's not working. She wants you to suffocate her. Pillow. That was the gray pillow.
Which this woman is quoted as from her whole family, like, wanting to have kids her entire life. She would not sit here and say, I want to be with my babies, kill me. And she wouldn't want to say, like, let's kill the whole family so we can all be together. That's not gonna happen, because they already were together.
I think you kept talking about
It's a little gray rectangular pillow, yes.
how big?
It's like one of the 10 pillows. Yes.
That,
Yeah, he's saying that she wanted him to kill her like that. It's bizarre.
It's about the size of half of your case there. Not your case there.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so small gray pillow should have
Hold
something.
on. And I want to make sure I'm telling you everything perfect.
Yeah, exactly, Brandeezy. Why is he still alive? He claims in this that he tried to kill himself like 10 times. And it's not to be like, not to sound horrible or not to sound like macabre or anything. I think he would have succeeded before time number 10. So he's lying.
She changed the sheet. She put a bunch of sheets on a bunch of stuff that was wet on the bathroom floor, and later on I cleaned up and threw that away. So the original sheet is there. I threw it away.
Threw it away or washed it?
I threw it away.
Okay. So any of the sheets that were like found in like the washer or dryer or anything like that, are they related? Involved?
I didn't do any wash, I don't think.
You haven't done any laundry since Christmas?
No.
Okay.
I
All right.
don't believe I did.
Okay.
And so I threw that sheet away because that was full of blood. That sheet was full of blood.
Okay. All right. So, go on. Proceed. Sorry.
It's okay. So then it came to me. Then Megan asked that I wait a day or two to make sure everybody passed, make sure the house was all set and that kind of stuff. Didn't come. So that's what I did. I started the Benadryl. I tried hanging myself.
The Benadryl you had to go buy more of?
Correct.
And that was where?
I went to CVS 24 Hours, I went to Publix, and I went to Walgreens.
Yeah, no one is gonna ask you to stab them or suffocate them to death. Like it's even if what he's saying is true, which it's not. As soon as you try to kill somebody, it's their natural instinct as a human being to try to fight back and escape. There is no way she would have just sat there and taken that, because again, it's how we've survived for so long as a species. Like, we have certain instincts that will tell you, hey, you need to fight back and try not to die.
There's one across by the Starbucks.
That's CVS.
CVS, so you went there.
Mm-hmm.
The Publix is right there off of Blake, which is right there in front of Celebration. And the other one is where?
There's a Walgreens right next to Five Guys in the little restaurant thing there.
Oh, the new area.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And this was the day after or so, or when did you start purchasing more Benadryl?
Not the day after, so yeah.
Did you purchase anything else besides Benadryl?
Alcohol,
What kind?
rum,
Why'd he get alcohol?
and some more Coppola. So one.
What's the one? The red one or something?
It's Merlot, yeah.
Okay.
And I also thought that it might be easier. See, I'm not much about guns in the house, but I was reading on Quora that you could kill yourself with a pellet gun.
With a pellet gun? Sir, if you could buy a pellet gun, why couldn't you just buy a gun?
Pellet gun.
That's what I was reading. It hurt.
Where did you shoot yourself?
In the liver and the heart. I have 2 wounds.
The liver and the heart.
Shot yourself in the liver and the heart? I don't think you can aim it where you could shoot your liver. Like, he could go in through the front, but he was already saying how he needed a bigger knife to stab himself with, so he can't shoot himself in the front. And I feel like the angle would be too awkward to do it from the back.
The liver the first time. It bled quite a bit. Didn't do anything, but I woke up later on. And
We'll have it checked out. We'll photograph it later. Is the mark still there?
I haven't looked at it. I'm so
Check it
it's
out.
been forever.
Okay.
That was the last one. I tried the razor blade to the radial artery, which I told you I hit, but I didn't do it well in the tub. So it dried up. Zip tie around the neck. The only thing that did was irritate my glottis. I couldn't get it on the carotid artery because my neck is too big. So I tried to substitute that in with the towels with pressure points to go in the carotid arteries. I tried to set up hanging over the edge of the beds. Was trying to figure out how to go through and fall on the knife in the right direction to get it upward, up into my, go my knife with to get my, what should we call it, diaphragm. Was also researching, but couldn't quite get to the femoral artery because the way how deep the femoral artery was.
Where were you doing your research at?
The internet.
Well, I mean, what
The
device?
fucking internet.
Meg's phone and my phone.
So, notice he's saying he's doing all this research on the phones, and that's important for later.
Okay, and which phone? Because I know you said you had two.
Hers is 6465, and that is, I think she had a pink case to it.
Okay. Which phone was lost?
My 6536 one, a Samsung, and that one was lost before Christmas.
And where was that one lost at?
It was lost in Florida. I don't know where I lost it from the airport down.
Okay. That was the Samsung? I think you said it was
Galaxy 10.
Note or something?
Galaxy Note 10.
Okay. Which phone was left in like a Starbucks or something in Sarasota?
That one was that phone that was mine, and I went back and got it.
Which phone?
I don't know the number.
You don't know if it was an iPhone or a Droid?
It was an iPhone.
It was your iPhone that you have now? It was still the same phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went back and got it. And I can't remember, was that when the family was still alive that you went down there to Sarasota?
No.
They were already dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you drove the van, the red van down there?
Mm-hmm.
Was there ever a white van or something involved? Was there a moving van, or did it appear you guys were moving at some point? Like moving out of that residence? That was just kind of what people were saying. I don't know if there's any truth behind it.
No.
Okay. Prior to the deaths, I mean, were you guys planning on moving out of that home?
Prior to this. We had planned to... I don't know.
Okay, so like, did you ever get a rental truck or anything like that? Or,
Yeah, they did.
but when you guys moved in when?
May.
May? About 2019?
Yes.
Okay. So, somebody had said they saw like a moving truck or something out nearby on the residence? Near the house? Recently?
Wasn't us.
Okay. Alright, that's fine.
No, wasn't us.
So people were calling in and see people were saying, oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in the testimony he gives, he says that he slept in a van. So he's just a liar. It's as easy as that. He's just a big fucking liar.
It looked like they were moving out or something like that, so. Okay. So you guys never had a moving truck. Alright, on to the next thing, sorry. So you drove down to Sarasota, left your iPhone at a Starbucks. Did they call you, or how did that go about? Did you call it, or what? How'd you get your phone back?
I was leaving, and turned around, and I realized I started going, and turned around and went back.
Okay. What were you telling family during this time frame, like around the death?
Oh yeah, and then he fucking he would like text from his wife's phone and be like, "Hey, don't call us cuz we're sick." Like he basically told the family like, "We're going off the grid, don't talk to us." Like it's insanity.
After the death.
That was either vacationing at the beach, or I was looking at PT practices to purchase.
Who were you communicating with?
Sisters and mom.
Your sisters? Which sisters?
Kelly? I wasn't communicating with Christy anymore.
Is that Chrissy or Christy?
Christy.
Chrissy?
Yep.
You weren't talking with her anymore? When's the last time you talked with Chrissy?
A few weeks back. I don't know the date. It was, I really don't know. I'm sorry.
What did you guys talk about?
I was pissed off that she wouldn't stay in my business.
Okay. How about your last conversation with your mom?
That we were going to eventually be coming up and talk about moving up north, that kind of stuff. Just as
Up north.
Calm her down.
Okay. You talked to your dad lately?
No, I don't think so.
When's the last time you talked with him?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you guys have a good relationship, or?
We have a decent relationship.
He tried to kill my mom, it's fine.
You and your mom?
Her mom and I are very close, and that's why I had to really be evasive with her.
Could she tell that maybe you were being evasive?
She could, that's why I had to reinforce the fact that let's try not to be.
Okay. Your sisters?
My sisters they love me. And they have a sixth sense.
They do love you. That's what I want.
I know.
That's what with your family. All right. So Meg's dead. You come back from Sarasota. We were trying to establish a better timeline before, approximately when she was taken, when Meg died. And you're adamant that all this all took place before Christmas.
Yes.
Which, again, so I don't know if what they're saying about the family is that they talk to her, like, via text, or if they talk to her on the phone. Because I know he took her phone and, like, pretended to text as her.
All right. Positive, 100%.
Yeah, before Christmas.
So,
Hi, Logan W. We're watching, stuff about Anthony Todd. He's a family annihilator, so he's just a big old piece of shit.
have you communicated with anybody after that? Has anybody texted you? Have you been using any of the other devices, anything like that?
Using the devices to text people, yes.
And why'd you do that?
Keep people away so I can finish myself.
Oh my god, Jinx. They only communicate through the voice to text on her roommate's phone because she lost her voice to COVID. What?
Gotcha.
Fuck off
I was
upstairs.
in a panic mode that I still need to get to them.
Yeah.
I still have to get to them.
Yeah.
And people are getting closer and closer. And
I know people said that they were communicating with what they thought were your family members.
Mhm.
Oh, there we go.
It wasn't.
No, it was me.
It was you.
Yep.
The zip ties and the knives and the research and everything, how come it didn't work?
Zip ties didn't work because I couldn't get enough compression on it. The knife, because in all honesty, I chickened out and cowered it out with a knife.
Okay.
So he's saying he chickened out and cowered out with the knife. Does he not think that his wife would do the same? Because most people aren't gonna, like, be ready and prepped to stab themselves with a knife.
I've taken so much Benadryl, then I took this, taking the alcohol to Benadryl, and every time I seemed to live a little bit closer. There was one day, somehow I woke up in the garage, in my urine and whatnot, and I had thought I died back then,
Oh.
and didn't, so.
Okay, and how quick after did you move? You said you wanted the family to be together,
Mm-hmm.
right? So take me through how does this take place? How does, because when they were all killed, they were all in different positions inside the home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happens?
The first day I just laid in bed with Meg the first day after she died. Just laid in bed.
Is this the guy that says his wife poisoned him with a Benadryl? But yeah, he says that, like, he says that the kids got poisoned by Benadryl, and then he talks so much about Benadryl, and again, I think you can overdose with Benadryl, but it's just difficult, so, like, you end up damaging, like, your kidneys and shit.
Just with her. I want to say it's the second day after she died. I said, okay, time to get things moving, time to get everything going. And went in, made sure she was covered and everything was taken care of. She was I remember her left leg had fallen off the bed, which was kind of weird. So I was able to move her left leg up and tuck her leg underneath to get her nice and comfortable. Moved Zoe in, put Zoe in. Before all this was done, we had the kids bring in all those little altar things.
They're like favorite items or something
Yes.
like that? Okay.
So I had to fix those because I knocked those over after I put Zoe up.
Okay.
Okay. So I fixed those out. And then it was which one do I do first? Do I bring Tyler over up or do I bring Alex up? And I thought just because of my strength, and I wasn't too strong at the time right there, that I should get Tyler upstairs.
Tyler he was the one that was downstairs.
He's the one downstairs.
He's 11.
He's 11, yes.
Okay.
So I was able to get him up on my shoulders and carry him up a little bit by little bit.
Okay. And to back up a little bit, I want to speak about Zoe.
Yes.
So Zoe was in her bed.
Correct.
Had you checked, because rigor mortis was brought in, but you talked about it.
Yeah.
Did you check on her periodically to see when she'd come out?
I hadn't checked on her periodically. I just knew she was in rigor. Just because I went to position her, so in my mind she had to stay warm. Okay. And her
Jesus Christ. It is like he's trying to get a Benadryl sponsorship or something, because he's talking so much about fucking Benadryl in this. It's bizarre. Hold on, I'm gonna research something real quick while this plays. Let's see. Open new window.
outside, so I went to put her arms down to make her nice and comfortable. And I couldn't move her arms down. It's like, okay, she's still on rigor. So I brought the blanket above her just so that she'd be warm until I was able to reposition her.
And when you say reposition her, when you're doing all this, is this still while she's in her bed, or had you already moved her to your bed?
But she was still in her bed.
Still in her bed?
Yes.
Okay. So when she's movable,
yes,
and under the blankets and everything, at that point is when you moved her to be in bed with Megan?
Correct. I upped the fitted sheet. Mm-hmm. I scrunched it together and carried her in my arms and laid her flat, made sure her head was comfortable on the pillow, and let her sleep there. Then I had to pick up everything I knocked over.
Okay. And her head, because I understand that she was...
Here we go. Few people actually die from an antihistamine overdose. However, serious heart rhythm disturbances may occur, which can cause death. So, you're literally just fucking up your organs.
At the foot of the bed.
That's correct.
Right. So she's laying like this, left to right, Meg's laying like this. Is her head towards Megan's side of the bed or your side of the bed?
The head is towards my side of the bed.
Okay.
Her feet are towards...
And you slept, if you're looking at the bed on the left side of the bed, Megan slept on the right side of the bed?
Yes.
Okay. So her head's on your side, left side of the bed, positioned feet towards Megan.
Correct.
All right, wrapped up in a blanket.
Correct.
All right. Okay. So Tyler's next. Tyler is downstairs.
Correct.
You said that...
He lived in the house for weeks with the bodies, right? It must have been the only house that smells worse than Lauren's. Yeah, he lived for 2 weeks, I believe, with the bodies.
You were able to get him eventually upstairs to the room? So how do you do him? What happens?
I moved his mattress from his bedroom because he wasn't on his mattress.
Okay.
Moved his mattress from his bedroom and put it on the floor.
His bedroom upstairs?
Correct.
Okay.
And pick him up and just carry him up at a time.
His items or trinkets or whatever you call them were already in your bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
And what specifically did he want to bring with him?
He wanted the scarf, the soccer scarf.
Soccer scarf?
Yep.
And what team was that from?
That was from the Team USA versus Canada game that we went to a couple weeks prior.
Okay. Team USA. Okay. Did you position that on his body?
No, I positioned it on the toy box itself.
On the toy box?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You said something about your daughter's hands. What did you put in her hands?
A set of rosaries, I think.
Set of rosaries?
Mm-hmm.
How about Tyler?
It was some kind of religious aspect, whether it be rosaries or some kind of something along that lines.
Now, did you guys already have these items?
Those are mine from collections growing up.
Growing up? All right. Did you grow up in a church?
I was a forced Catholic, yes.
Forced Catholic?
Yes.
Okay. Understood. Okay. So Tyler gets a set of rosaries. How is he positioned?
He is on his, when I put him on, he is on his, like, towards his stomach, with his head towards the side. I just can't remember which, his head was facing, I think, back to the back of the wall, back to the shore.
Back. Okay. Is he on his face? Is he on his side? How's his face?
He's on the side. You have to say it's like it's more so like right here.
Okay. All right. And then that leaves.
Alec.
So take me through that.
That one was tough because I had to get the mattress out from underneath him because I couldn't drag him on the mattress. So I took the blanket, this comforter blanket, put it on the ground, and we moved him to the ground. Then moved the mattress into the room.
How did you move him to the ground? What do you mean?
Picked him up and put him on top of the comforter that was on his bed. I put the comforter on the ground so he wouldn't be laying on the rug. Put that on the ground. Put him on the ground. Brought the mattress into the room. Made sure the mattress was set, and then put him on the...
Did you have to like drag him by the comforter, or did you pick him up, or how does this work?
I moved the sheet and they... Okay. I put the comforter on.
I'm pretty sure I covered Michael Dunn on my channel. Hold on.
Then I took the sheet. Picked the sheet
Why did this play? I did not hit the play button. Why did it play?
up with him and put it onto the blanket, the comforter. Moved the bare mattress into the room. Then I was able to pick him up and take him. I was adamant I did not want to drag him. He was my son. I did not want to drag him. So I picked him up the best I could. And little steps at a time I got him through.
So you carried him? Carried all the children?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just something that you wanted to do as a parent?
Versus dragging them?
Right.
Yeah, I the ultimate respect to them, I understand we have different opinions about it, but the ultimate...
I can see it. You don't want to drag him like a piece of...
No, not just me, it's my son.
Absolutely. Okay. So you get him positioned, you get Alec positioned on the mattress.
Yeah, I did a stream on Michael Dunn and Byron David Smith, which the Byron David Smith video has almost 2,000 views for some reason. I don't know why. That's like the one video on my channel that's like really good with the fucking analytics for some reason.
Which way is he positioned?
He's on his side. Okay. Looking up toward that.
Looking up?
I think he's looking up towards us, on one side or the other. But I'm pretty sure he's facing up towards the bed.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, now he's crying? Now he's fucking crying after this whole thing? Fuck you, dude.
Because I know one of the boys was almost face down when he was found, and one was on his side, like you just described Tyler was. So I was wondering maybe if Alec...
If any of them were closer face down, that would have been Tyler.
And Tyler was closer to the bed next to your wife?
No, Tyler was the last one.
Okay. So Tyler was the one closest, or the farthest away from the bed?
Correct.
All right. So Meg, Zoe,
That's right.
Alec,
Yeah.
Tyler.
Correct.
Okay. You good?
I just burned it.
You need a...
Yeah.
Oh! I know exactly what you're talking about. He lives the full life and then he gets caught on America's Most Wanted because they use the forensic bus to age him. Is that what you're talking about, Bunny? I forget the name of that case. Hold on.
Can I tissue?
Yeah. I'll give you a moment.
I'm okay.
You good on your drink? Need water or anything?
I just water.
Like I said.
Like I said, I have nothing to hide. I'm telling you,
John List! There we go! Yeah, John List. That's a classic case. Alright, so I'm pretty sure they're done with the interrogation here. There's a couple more minutes, but it's nothing really poignant. Alright, let me go. I hope y'all are ready for the ride of a lifetime with this testimony. Holy shit, this is like an hour and a half long. We might not get through this, but we'll see what we can do.
Yourself.
My name is Anthony John Todt.
What is your age?
46.
35, 39, 35.
Mr. Todt, we've heard testimony about a woman named Megan Todt. Are you familiar with that person?
Yes.
And were you in fact married to Megan Todt?
Yes.
When did you first meet her?
It was high school of 1992
And where was that?
in Montville, Connecticut. Sorry. Montville, Connecticut. Montville.
So I want you to watch, just watch his face during a lot of this. I hope you're ready for this.
And did
Yo, the Sherry Papini interrogation is so good.
you and Ms. Todt, did you and Megan, we've used first names throughout the case, so I'll do it tonight. Make it hard to remember. Did you become married or become a couple?
Yes.
Now,
Did you become I know that yes works for both of those, but it sounds like he was just like, yes, I'm not explaining further.
Did you attend the university in the state of Connecticut?
Yes.
And where did you go to school?
Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this because it's just talking about how they were together.
Physical therapy.
Here we go.
Did you practice in the field of physical therapy?
Yes, sir.
And are you familiar with medical terms and medical procedures?
Most definitely, sir.
How long did you practice as a physical therapist?
I received my license in August of 1999.
So, first off, he turns towards the jury, which I've never really seen a person do on the stand. Usually they talk to the lawyer that is talking to them or asking them questions.
And was practicing up until the current.
Was Megan also involved in the practice with you?
In the practice of physical therapy, sir? Yes. She whereas I did more hospitalist, nursing care, home care, and outpatient, she concentrated most of her time as a pediatric specialist and did work sometime in nursing homes when we traveled.
What were the circumstances that brought your family to Celebration?
Initially, my wife and I bought the condo in Celebration in July of 2005 when we were a traveling physical therapists, which means they put us around the country either to cover for what they
Hey, here to party.
call snowbird season, or people got on maternity leave. They were generally minimum of 13-week assignments, and they could be extended. We first went out to California, wonderful time. Then we came down to Florida and found that since we sold our initial condo in Connecticut, we didn't have any deductions. So we bought the condo in Celebration as a partial investment and partially primary home because part of our contract with...
Okay, this is just him describing, like, what the fuck they did. They were physical therapists.
At which time I found out after I started dating Megan in high school, because I asked her one time, we used to go out to dinner all the time. We used to, normal dating.
Ask your next question, Mr. West.
Look at his face when the prosecutor objects. Watch this. Hey, Duchess of Cornville with the Arby's pushy. You're very welcome. Now watch his face here when the prosecutor calls an objection.
And we used to, normal dating.
Ask your next question, Mr. West.
I'll try and ask you more questions that have a shorter answer.
I apologize, sir.
And then when you married Megan, what was the status of her health generally?
Generally, she was healthy. She avoided caffeine and she avoided sugars because of the heart issue previously mentioned.
Hey, Outlaw.
And then, did there come a time when Megan began to have health problems?
Yeah.
And about when was the onset of that?
March 2011.
And what are the conditions?
Oh, are you gonna... Anthony, are you crying? Why are you crying? Why are you fake crying?
She experienced?
We were vacationing. I apologize. We were vacationing in Florida. And we were at a theme park. And she got bit by a bug. She described this bug as a 6-legged black bug with a red mark on the back that reminded her of the state of Texas.
So you're talking about the Lone Star tick, sir? That's what you're referring to. Congrats, Outlaw! That's awesome.
I didn't see the bug. It was at the end of the day, and this bug bite, which you would think was innocuous, turned into this yellow, green, I can't even describe, pustule. It was a gigantic whitehead. So we went home that night. I went home to the hotel, or it was a hotel at the time, because of the issue.
And about what?
Are you done crying?
That was in 2011, you say?
March 2011, sir.
And then in the ensuing year, did Megan develop any other health complications?
Oh, yeah. Through many trips to the hospital, many trips to the ER, cardiac critical care units. She was diagnosed with a multitude of diagnoses, I guess you want to say.
Hey, it's no problem, Outlaw. Like, we try to look after each other, you know?
First of which was, they found that she had drug-induced hepatitis. Sorry. First, I apologize. Let me back up.
Drug-induced hepatitis?
They diagnosed her with tonsillar cellulitis. She had these gigantic white pustules on her tonsils. Her lymph node was
What the fuck is he
just
talking about?
totally enlarged, and trouble breathing. In subsequent visits to the ER, subsequent visits to the doctors, they found that she acquired, through the medical aspect, what's called drug-induced hepatitis.
So I just Googled this. It's a redness and swelling of the liver that is caused by a harmful amount of certain medicines. Okay. I guess.
So her liver became inflamed, very much so, that
Bunny, he's basically talking about how his wife was like super ill and like that's why she decided to kill like the whole family, cuz like he's saying that she killed the family because she was ill, I guess.
it was malfunctioning, to put it lightly. Her eyes were, at one point, the color of the most fluorescent yellow highlighter you ever seen in your life. I swear her eyes could...
Look at his face.
Mr. Todt?
Yes.
He is so fucking pissed.
Did there come a time then at that occasion when she had the hepatitis?
Oh, that's
that
great,
it
Outlaw.
affected her lifestyle or what she could do?
Most definitely. My wife, she was a yoga teacher, in addition to...
She was a
physical
Yoda?
therapist. She went from a very strong, vibrant woman to barely holding on to 90 pounds. She couldn't keep weight on. She couldn't breathe. Her heart rate progressively was going crazy. At rest, it would be 190 or above. EKGs, all that kind of stuff. Saw her throwing atrial fibrillations, PVCs, which are, it's basically your heart operates in a synchronous motion. Okay.
Oh, look, look, look. He has a single spot of wetness because he was blinking a bunch to make his eyes water.
Valves pump on rhythm. Her valves and her,
Look, there's a little bit of water right here.
sorry, not valves, her chambers were beating all irregular. It was basically, you take four wheels of a car.
Objection, Your Honor, lack of medical knowledge. And narrative.
It's a narrative system.
Mr. Todt, have you, what medical training have you received in conjunction with the physical therapy?
I appreciate you asking me that, sir. 20 years of medical experience working in the hospital, case review charts.
There's a single spot right here.
Home care, meaning that not only was I operating under a nurse or with a nurse individually at a house, I was also opening cases on my own, which means I received medical information, medical records from the doctors and from the hospital themselves to be interpreted, to be reviewed, and to be deciphered so that I can...
Why is he yelling at the fucking jury? Jesus Christ. Your pee bag is warm. Your pee bag is warm. Oh, Weenie, look at this. I got the doctors in here to do a rap battle for you.
properly give the appropriate care within their medical limits to the patient.
Thank you for that background. Now, as your wife continued with her health issues, what was her attitude or outlook or demeanor?
Her demeanor went from a very vibrant young woman in which literally we were best friends.
Best fucking
As dating,
friends.
we always knew we would remain best friends. That's how close we were. We dated for 8 years before we were married. Her family was my family, okay? Her grandparents were my grandparents. That's how close we were.
Why is he yelling?
Okay? She went from, even though she remained the light of my life, whenever she walked into a room, literally, after almost 20 years of marriage, my stomach would have those butterflies in it, seeing my wife. I existed, but she went from...
Hold on, I gotta Google something real quick. Let's see. Open new window.
Ask the question again, Mr. Wilson.
Now, at that point in time, did you have children?
At the time she got sick, sir?
Sorry?
At what point in time, sir?
When we're talking about this period in her life, when she had gone, when she was less vibrant or less...
Okay. So I typed in what is the objection narrative mean. The narrative answer objection is appropriate when a question invites the witness to narrate a series of occurrences. The objection is closely related to the objection that a question is too great, that is, permits the witness to respond with irrelevant or otherwise inadmissible matter. So they're basically like, stop fucking rambling, dude.
Yeah.
Her demeanor changed.
Before she got...
You're good, Outlaw. So this guy, was being investigated by the FBI for medical insurance fraud because he was billing his clients too much for services they didn't get. And so instead of take the 2 years in federal prison, he decided to murder his whole family, and now he's blaming his wife for, like, killing the family, except for him.
sick, we were blessed with 2 wonderful boys. Okay? She went from a mom who provided for everything, including myself. I consider myself a 3rd kid.
That is so fucking yikes. If you ever hear a guy say, I'm just another kid, like that's so fucking yikes, dude.
Okay.
He's gonna do none of the emotional labor at home.
Okay? To a person who could barely walk stairs on certain days. We hired, with the help and the assistance of our family, we hired a I guess you want to say a mother's helper, okay? In
So
which
a
to come
nanny.
in, help bring the kids to school, which is something my wife.
I love how pissed he's getting. Fuck you, dude. You deserve this.
What I'm gonna ask you to do is to try and I'll try and correct you so that we don't have long extensions, so it's easier for everyone to understand what we're talking.
I apologize, sir. It's been 2 years since I've been able to tell my story. I appreciate you working with you.
Do you and Megan attended Sacred Heart, which was a Roman Catholic university, is that true?
That's the debate. It's Roman Catholic by name, but it was considered Jesuit
Just fucking say it's a Roman Catholic school.
run, which I don't know
It's run by the Jesuits, guys.
where the derivation between those two run.
But were you raised in the Catholic Church?
I was raised in the Roman Catholic Church and continue to practice as such, sir.
Do you know whether Megan was raised in the Roman Catholic Church?
Megan was raised in the Roman Catholic Church. However, before she went to college, her and her mother and father did shy away from it, but she did get confirmed before we got married.
As you progressed as a family, did Megan seek other religious experiences?
Most definitely, sir.
And what was
Most
the
definitely,
reason for
sir.
that?
When she got sick, we were under the
I just love how he turns towards the fucking jury every time he's about to go on a rant.
under the model of traditional med. That's where we were trained. Medicine helps. Progression of her disease process, we went more alternative. Or she went more alternative, I should say. Because we were told to stay away from medications. Alternatives were not working. Through her yoga practice and her yoga
Ranting
certification,
and raving and
she
ranting
got
and
introduced
raving.
to, I guess you want to say, an Eastern religion, Buddhist and based, or sorry, Hindu and based. I always thought it was Buddhist, but it was actually Hindu.
Yeah, because they're exactly the same, dude.
And she shied away from the Roman Catholic Church. And her progression, her religion, through that religion and her following, also took over her medical outlook and her medical treatment of herself as she shied away from unsuccessful medical interventions.
Around that time, was there a calamitous event in the life of Megan's parents?
Before the birth of my first son,
Here we go.
in November of 2002, her father hung himself. She was very close with her father. She was not close with her mom.
Okay. Hey, voice to voice.
I was very close with her father. He was he was one of my good friends.
My best
one of the few
fucking
males I
friend.
trusted. One of the things I totally enjoyed about the relationship with her and her family was her relationship with her father. She was that close with him.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Right, sir. And then also,
A
along with
fucking
having
word.
3 children yourself with Megan, she suffered miscarriages, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Did that also affect her her approach towards her health or approach towards how she carried on day to day?
The first miscarriage happened when she first got bit by that bug. And before the whole progression of the disease, and the process under it. There was, of course, depression and that kind of stuff for losing a baby. And then in the fall of 2019,
So my question is, like, for defense purposes, what does this have to do with anything? He killed his baby. He killed his little baby. He's about to, in a little bit, he's gonna say how Zoe was like his angel, like his little girl. Like, Why would you kill her then, dude?
September, actually. We were blessed. We found out that a simple weekend away, we conceived. And she went from being depressed to very happy, dancing, singing, something that I hadn't seen in forever. And we lost the baby. And it affected her.
I wonder if the bug was the size of a beetle bug. The size of a beetle bug.
Big time. And obviously affected me, but she went from that singing, humming, dancing person to not to days that she didn't even get out of bed.
What was the religious group that she had migrated towards, the Eastern religion? Did you ever attend their services with your wife, or?
I was very supportive of my wife. I did not.
Yeah, exactly, Logan W. It's just Dr. Watts. Like, it's all family annihilators are the same. Duchess of Cornville, he squeezed out a single tear. A tear? A tears? Like the tears? The pre-cum from her eyes?
Understand, nor did I follow this religious aspect. I was Roman Catholic. The way I was raised in a military family. My stepfather was a very proud military man. I was taught respect. I might.
Unresponsive.
This fucking face!
Get your question, Mr.
The
Ward.
question that was asked was, let me ask an entirely different question so no confusion. I want to make sure I tie up some loose ends. You mentioned Lyme disease, and that's somewhat prevalent in New England, is that correct?
It seems like everybody has Lyme disease, yes.
And that is transmitted by insects, bugs also, correct?
That is correct.
The bugs beat her, and then she got the funny disease?
And then
She got the Lyme's disease.
what were the effects on that on your wife that you noticed?
When the Lyme disease became apparent and positive, she had breathing problems, heart rate problems, chronic pains. When she had what was called exacerbations, so without getting too technical, your immune system is the best thing to keep any disease at bay. So whenever she didn't feel well, got sick, the Lyme would become more prevalent. So when the Lyme became more prevalent, not only did she have joint aches, she had feelings of hopelessness, depression, not wanting to go on certain days. There were some days where I helped her shave her legs because she couldn't bend over, she was in so much pain, or couldn't breathe.
If she was in so much pain that she couldn't shave, I don't think she would be worried about shaving her legs. I'm just saying.
Mr. Todt, did your wife seek a different way to health through the Eastern religion?
Yes, she did, sir.
And was it diet-based or worship-based, or what were the parts that appealed to her, and what was she seeking?
She was seeking control over her own medical care. Basically, anybody in a chronic illness.
Yeah, how did she physically kill her children then? Well, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. This dude's a fucking idiot.
Wants some kind of control of their own self. She went from traditional medicine. She went to religious following of dictating what her healthcare was. She even followed a book from a guy who listened to a ghost who had no medical experience.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
To tell her what she should be
Oh,
doing,
the
what she should be eating,
ghost?
and that kind of stuff. Called the medical medium.
Was there any discussion within that religious group about an afterlife?
Yes. They This religious group could be conducted mostly by Skype or whatever video
You didn't, Outlaw. You didn't tell me how that go. How'd that go?
thing was at the time. I think it was Skype.
Objection, hearsay.
No,
No, I.
Of technology. Thank you.
I would sit with her during some of these meetings. They would give her prayers to pray, whether to help with what they were talking about with what was called family lineage karma burning. Because as in the Bible, Roman Catholic, the same thing she
Hold
followed
on.
was the fact that your past,
Family lineage.
what's the word? Your past
Karma
family's
burning.
transgressions follow forward multiple generations. So her, as you asked, please repeat your question, just so I can make sure I repeat correctly.
Was there an afterlife component of this religious practice?
Yes, there was an afterlife component in which each afterlife, she believed that there was reincarnation. And as they burned the family karma in the current life, they reached a salvation in which they were reincarnated to a better life.
And was her desire to seek better health through this process by going into another life?
Better health and better relationships with people who had
Sounds like he's talking about. I'm gonna butcher this. I'm so sorry. Prabhapta karma, a collection of past karmas which are ready to be experienced through the present body.
abused her and had verbally and otherwise
Oh,
affected
shit.
her in her life.
There was some discussion about a suicide note, and that was apparently directed from Detective Cole Miller to Dr. Nara. Were you aware of any suicide note?
When I came back to the house that day, she showed it to me, yes. But I had no...
Yeah, Bunny, pretty much. He's saying his wife suddenly joined a cult and turned against all of them.
no knowledge of it before I came home that day.
And what was her demeanor or attitude at that time?
She was trying to explain to me what she did. Was trying to make me understand. It was very, the whole aspect of it was she was trying to present this as fact. And I was telling her, I don't believe that, I can't believe I called her some names, which I never called her before in my life.
What'd you call her?
But the whole demeanor of it was,
Also, if she showed you a suicide note, why would you call her names? Like, that seems like a really shitty thing to do. He tried to sue me for the assault, but obviously it didn't work. He was sentenced to 10 to 25 because my niece wasn't the first one. Oh, well, that's horrible that he did that to more than one person, because he shouldn't have done it to any, but it's good that, like, he got sentenced to such a higher amount, because usually they don't, usually sex crimes, it's difficult to like convict. So I'm glad for you, Outlaw. I'm super happy for you. I hope your niece is doing well. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope all his other victims are doing well.
this is what I've been told through my meditations. This is what I believe. This is what, as she referred to as, the light has provided for her, and the light.
Talking about your own demeanor and how your count.
Okay, listen, I'm fat, so like I can't even judge, but like, bro, that's all I'll say.
That's
Homeboy looks like a thumb.
My own demeanor, when I found out what happened, I puked. I cried. I was in total
Tony, are you crying?
denial of what happened.
Why are you crying?
I couldn't understand. And then after that, I was like, I want to get you help. I'll take responsibility for this. Just get help. That's all.
Why would you take responsibility for that? Like, okay, if it actually was her and she didn't die, she would be put in an institution for, like, the rest of her life. That'd be getting her help. You wouldn't need to take responsibility, dude.
All I wanted. I would do anything in my life to do what she needed, provide for what she needed, provide her a happy life. I held my wife on a pedestal. I didn't care anything to myself. I wanted her to have a good life, period. And I
Ow.
wanted her to get help. I didn't care.
Look at his fucking face. Okay, so I'm probably only gonna stay on for like 20 more minutes. So do you all want to keep watching this in order, or do you want to see what happens when the prosecutor starts asking him questions?
We'll try and work on shorter sentences so that everyone can keep up, and I'll be,
My apologies, sir.
we're fine. Have you progressed from talking about the afterlife to talking about what happened to your children and your wife?
I don't understand what you mean, sir.
When you said what had happened with Megan, what were you talking about?
What had happened that day when I came home?
Which day?
I don't know.
You don't have to talk about calendar date. What was the occurrence that made that day memorable?
I came home and my kids were dead.
Okay, so we can watch this in order later, but we're at about 30 minutes. So let me skip forward to the prosecutor, because he's just an indignant little shithead. Come on.
Like I said, the Skype computer thing, FaceTimed sometimes.
And did they acknowledge,
And that she,
Oh shit, here we go.
Full.
Here we go.
I'm asking
Here we go.
She had
day of,
Here we go. Y'all know it's gonna get, like...
is it your testimony that from 2011 until December of 2019, Megan was suffering?
from 2011 to
Yes.
2019?
Yes.
Oh,
Off and
God
on,
damn it.
yes. But she consistently had all the breathing issues, the pain, and the heart rate issues,
Oh, that pause.
all depending on how bad they were and how bad they were affecting her to the day.
Prior to the day of the death,
Oh, well, I'm glad you're getting therapy, Outlaw.
had Megan been suffering?
Most definitely.
When was the most recent time that she had been suffering?
Like I had told you, I woke up that morning.
Like I had told you. Fuck
All of a
you.
sudden, she was pain-free. The night before, I had worked on her. I had worked on her continuously, every day, for over a year after she weaned from Zoe. Before she went to bed, when she woke up in the morning, to help with her pain, so that we can get her to the regular doctors. She had a doctor's visit scheduled for the Thursday after Thanksgiving, forgive me.
I'm pretty sure he's a chiropractor, so I think he probably just did, like, those stupid-ass, like, adjustments.
I do not have the date in which she canceled because she had said, there's no hope, there's nothing more that can be done.
Okay. So
Shut
what kind of
up.
work did you do?
Shut up! People who are in chronic pain aren't gonna cancel appointments. They're gonna keep listen, they're gonna feel upset and they're gonna feel hopeless, but they're not gonna just cancel appointments that could help them.
For Megan?
Did myofascial release, craniosacral, any type of relaxations that... My apologies, ma'am. Manual therapy in which I was trained under. Different things. I would go to...
Like, I think he went to school for actual physical therapy, but he did, like, chiropractic techniques, if I remember correctly.
School for, or continuing ed for, to help treat her. Stuff I've read about, stuff I've gone through, everything within my scope of practice.
I'm asking you what you specifically did. So if you were going to treat her,
Yep.
Holy shit, this guy is an asshole. I'm telling you what I did.
what were the different things that you did?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay? There's no cookbook recipe in physical therapy. It's treating
Oh my fucking god!
her ailments and treating her pains.
Okay,
So
so you
whether
did
or not her liver was inflamed, I did myofascial release to help release the liver.
Hold on. What the fuck did he just say? Myofascial release is a type of physical therapy often used to treat myofascial pain syndrome. This just looks like chiropractic.
She had digestive problems. I would do integrated manual therapy to help with those digestive problems.
about my
She had
fucking
neck pain.
lives.
I helped with her neck pain. She had relaxation issues and stress issues and heart rate issues and vagus nerve issues. I would help her desensitize that through craniosacral therapy. I would do anything she needed to get done
Craniosacral.
to help
Hold
her
on.
get better, to help her progress in her life.
When was the mother helpers hired?
The mother's helper hired was initially after Tyler was born to help
Therapy.
here and there to bring the kids, bring my oldest son to C school. So that would have been 2010-ish, 2011-ish, but she was
Craniosacral therapy or cranio-osteopathy is a form of alternative therapy that uses gentle touch to palpate the synarthrital joints of the cranium. It's a pseudoscience, and its practice has been characterized as quackery.
upped to more after she got sick to help provide through the
So, dude's a chiropractor with a physical therapy background.
assistance of her aunt, who helped finance her, and ourselves.
Okay. At what point was the mother's helper no longer necessary?
It was no longer never necessary. She had moved on to another career. We got another nanny, worker, that kind of stuff, which Megan and her did not get along with. Then she decided that warm weather was better, so she came down here. In many pleas to help get somebody else, we got a babysitter, in which you
He is not getting testy with the fucking prosecutor. Fuck this guy.
you want to know the whole truth. I'm telling you the whole truth.
My question, at what point did you not have assisted help?
At what point?
And year.
After a year, let's see, we moved down here in 2014.
So
No, I apologize. Nope. Full-time was after Zoe, so full-time was 2016 she came down here. After that, we had no help because she fired the babysitter that we had.
okay.
Fuck does this
So
have to
was
do with me?
Megan the caregiver for the children during the week?
Through the couple days that I was away, yes.
And you mentioned the couple days that you were away. You still had a practice up in Connecticut at the time,
We
right?
had a practice in Connecticut, that's correct.
And isn't it correct that you would travel during the
Ow,
week up to
fuck.
Connecticut?
That's correct, as long as my wife's,
So yeah, during the weekends he would fly down to Florida, but during the week he didn't have anywhere to live. Like he would just sleep in his office for some weird reason.
issues and my wife's health,
I don't know why they didn't try to like establish another practice in Florida before moving, but okay.
dictated such. There were times in which I would literally land
It was probably his idea.
and I would get a phone call from my son or my wife that things are bad, and I'd hop on the first flight back.
Did that happen often?
It happened quite a bit.
And when you say things were bad, is this mentally, physically, what are you talking about?
All the above, from the miscarriage and bleeding to the fact of her ripping the shelves off the wall and my boy was scared, to her
What? So now he's trying to say that his wife is so sick, but she's strong enough to rip shelves off of a wall? The fuck?
breaking the dishes, to her not being able to get out of bed. And then as things progressed and I found that my older son was preparing a lot more meals, before I would leave for the couple days I was gone, I would make sure that
Objection,
there was...
non-responsive.
Ask your next question.
You are a practicing, or you indicated you're a practicing Roman Catholic.
I am a practiced Roman Catholic trying to find a Christian base and migrated to more Christian base.
Oh my
However,
God, just say not anymore. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to find a church that suited me because Roman Catholic.
All he's got to do is say, I was raised Roman Catholic, I'm looking for a new church. That's all you gotta fucking say, dude.
Did not.
Isn't it true that during your interview with Detective Miller, you indicated to Detective Miller that you were a forced Catholic?
Growing up, I was.
Hey, Danny.
And at what point in time did Megan, and I'm asking for a year and a month, if you know, at what point in time did Megan begin seeking other religion alternatives?
In what regards, in what capacity do you speak of, ma'am?
What?
You indicated that she initially was Catholic with you, and that she sought other religious alternatives.
Well,
When did she do that?
Let me correct your chronology, if I may. She came back and got confirmed because we were going to get married in a Catholic church. She was not a practicing Catholic at the time, except for going here and there and practicing Easter. Okay? When she got her yoga certification, she got introduced to this new gallery through one of the things. That was in
When?
2009. After she got sick in 2011, she progressed 2012, 2013 to Gallery and Mirabai.
You said
He has a head shaped like a brick.
2012 and 13?
Correct, after she got sick.
When did you become aware
When did I become aware of what?
that Megan was going towards this alternate religion?
When she told me. Initially, she would share her yoga certifications and her courses. And then in 2012, 2013, she would have me sit in on her teleconferences or whatever you want to call them. And I saw her progressing further and further away from medical towards the spiritual aspect.
Bitch, you have the audacity to say progressing away from medical when you do fucking cranial, what the fuck was it called? Hold on. I still have it up. Craniosacral therapy. Like, sir, that is a pseudoscience. You have the audacity to sit here and say your wife doing yoga, like, is her going away from the medical? Fuck you.
Okay.
His head and Jeremy DeWitt's heads out together would make a stable foundation for a tiny home.
Excuse me for one second.
You don't even hear him blow into the tissue. Like, I know the microphone's here, but...
Going to the day that this happened, that you said you came home, where were you coming home from?
I had decided with my wife's conversation the night before that I would take the opportunity to go over, do some maintenance issues of the condo, and to put together my daughter's bike.
Okay, so did you leave the night before or in the morning?
The night before the morning of what, ma'am?
Sir, you just... Oh my god, he's just being indignant.
When you came home and said you found your children dead.
I left the night before, after dinner.
When?
After dinner?
What time?
Ma'am, I was on vacation. I don't know the time. I can tell you it was after dinner time because we sat there and I had my shake prepared and helped leftovers. I had gone over there and realized that my kids did not put the tools in my van, so I walked back and played basketball with them for a couple hours.
Okay, so did you finish dinner first?
I didn't eat dinner. My kids finished dinner, yes.
Did your children finish their entire dinner before you left?
They finished the dinner that was provided with them. I don't know if they ate afterwards.
Did you said it was your job to clean the kitchen. Did you clean the kitchen?
No.
So,
Leftovers, we throw stuff away. There's nothing to clean.
okay, so you didn't clean any, I don't understand what your job is to clean the kitchen if you didn't have.
Pots, pans, that kind of stuff. Nothing was there because we didn't cook. We had leftovers.
Okay,
We had,
okay.
what's it called? Hummus toast.
Okay.
They had hummus toast.
And you said you weren't hungry. Or you
I had a
guys?
shake, I wasn't gonna eat at the time, no.
Okay. And did Megan eat?
You know, I don't know.
And did you have one vehicle or two vehicles in Florida?
In Florida, one.
One vehicle. And that was the red van?
Yes.
I know this man doesn't have an attitude. Sir, you killed your family. You wouldn't have to answer questions about killing your family if you didn't kill your family. Yeah, dude has so much fucking attitude for a guy who killed his fucking family.
And how long after dinner did you go over to the condo?
After dinner, it's hard to say, 30, 45 minutes after everything was completed. I was like, I'm gonna sleep out. I took the van over because I was preparing to bring more stuff back from the condo to the house, kids' toys and that kind of stuff.
What kind of stuff did you have at the condo?
We have a whole second residence there. The kids' toys, my daughter's, there's a bunch of blocks. The kids wanted some of their books, some of their stuffed animals, some of that. Not stuff I wasn't gonna carry, so I was gonna put it in the van.
When you moved to 202 Reserve Place, what did you take with you from the condo?
What did we take with the condo? Clothes,
Is that it?
maybe some dishware.
And how long had you bought the condo in 2005,
Look at
right?
his stupid
That's correct.
face.
When did it become fully furnished?
The condo?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I can't imagine dealing with this dude in day-to-day life. He seems like such a fucking asshole. I mean, he's an asshole because he killed his whole family, but, like, just his demeanor, like, it's so off-putting.
See, we bought it in July 2005, maybe August? No, I apologize. There was a renter in there, so October. October 2005.
Okay, so in October 2005, you fully furnished the condo.
The condo, that's correct.
Did you ever live there full time?
Is this what I have to worry about when I get married and get successful, having a stupid, ugly husband who kills me because he's stupid and ugly? See ya, outlaw.
What do you mean?
Did you ever live at the condo full time?
My wife and I lived in the condo from October 2005, thereabouts, until July 2006, when we moved up to have my son in Connecticut, in which we bought that house up there and rented the condo out.
Okay, did you ever move back into the condo?
Yes.
When?
Full-time, as in after selling the house, I think we sold the house in 2017 or 2018 in Connecticut. So, but my wife had started snowbirding. I want to say 2014, 2015, and she made it permanent in 2016 or 17.
During the time that you rented the condo, did you leave it fully furnished or did you have renters furnish it?
We had renters furnish it. I moved all that stuff back up to Connecticut.
And on the night after dinner, is it your testimony that you got in the van and drove over to the condo?
Yes.
And the condo,
So remember, in the interrogation, which is probably the closest we're going to get to him telling the truth, in the interrogation, he said there was no van.
really wasn't that far from 202 Reserve Place, right?
No, because of one-way streets and all that, it took me 5 minutes.
Okay. So you get to the condo, what do you do when you get there?
I go in the back of the car to get my tool bag out that I asked the boys to put in. Realized it wasn't there, so I walked back.
Did you ever make it up to the condo?
No,
And you tested, so what do you do with the van?
left it there because I walked back to get the tool bag, in which I looked at the boys. I'm like, "Did you guys forget something?" And they looked under the basketball hoop and they're like, "Oh, the van was locked. The tools are there." So we wrestled a little bit, and they asked me to play basketball. I had a friend who always told me to take every opportunity to play with the kids because you never know when they're not going to play with you.
He's painfully ugly and stupid. He looks like he smells like the underside of old couch cushions. Oh my fucking god. Like you could like open up his mouth and find like a quarter in there because he's just like a couch.
So we played basketball for a while. We played horse. We played a whole bunch of basketball games.
Oh, you played basketball with your kids before you killed them.
Ma'am, you're asking me, I don't know, sunlight's up longer here? Hour and a half? I don't know.
Was it still sunny out when you left?
There was sun in the sky. I can't tell you what capacity. It was still light outside.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
About what time did you usually eat dinner?
It depended on what activities there were. That night, probably about 5-ish, 5:30. Some nights at 8, some nights at 7. It all depended.
Okay, is it fair to say that the kids probably ate between 5 and 8?
It could have been 4:30. It could have been 4. All depended on activity. If they ate early, we had a later night snack.
Okay. So,
The sun was out. I don't know in what capacity that it was sunny. Yeah, like, what the fuck is he talking about?
what happens after you play basketball?
I told the boys it was getting late. Megan had told me that she wanted to go to bed early that night because everybody had just gotten over the stomach bug and didn't want to be sick for Christmas.
Okay.
So I said, go into your mom. I'm going. Good night. I'm going over. Just remind mommy I won't be home. I'll either be sleeping in the condo or the, what's it called? The studio apartment above the garage. Because I was a bull in a china closet. You saw how big I was. I was a klutz.
How big you was?
Did you often not sleep at home with your wife?
Yeah, when I traveled to Connecticut.
What about when you weren't in Connecticut?
Most of the time I slept with my wife. That night I said I would take the opportunity to go put together my bike, or my daughter's bike, fix the door, garbage disposal, run bleach down the air conditioner, normal maintenance stuff. And she didn't want me waking her up.
Okay. So,
why didn't you just go and then go, like, sleep in the living room or something? Dude, you make no fucking sense.
how do you get back to the condo?
We'll watch one more little interaction with him, and then I'll wrap it up.
I walk.
And what tools do you bring with you?
It was a tool bag full of, there's what they call socket wrenches, screwdrivers, a gross array of all tools. I had a utility bag.
Okay. So you carry the utility bag and you walk over to the condo, right?
I walk over to the van, that's correct.
So you walk
You walk over to the van or the condo?
to the van?
Yeah.
What do you do with the van?
I realized the phone, when I realized it wasn't the phone, it was an iPod that was lacking in the charge. So I went in, knowing I didn't have a charger up in the condo. I had a car charger. So I sat in there.
Why didn't you just go home and get your phone, dude? Like, he's making it sound like it's impossible for him to go home and get his phone.
Decided to take a rest because I was exhausted as I charged the phone.
Okay. So how long are you in the van?
I fell asleep.
What kind of phone charger did you have in the van?
It's a plug into the, what's it called? Cigarette lighter thing.
Did you breathe that day? I don't know. My lungs expanded to how much I can't say. And of course later they retracted, thereby expelling spent gases. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 to this because this is just insanity. He's insane. He's a fucking pizza shit family annihilator, and I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna fucking holy shit. I'll probably stream tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see what I want to get up to tomorrow. Thanks a whole bunch for stopping by. We'll definitely do a part 2 to this, cause fuck this guy. And I'll see y'all later.